Hey, sister travelers, are you looking for the best shoes for travel? And you've searched high and low, you've scoured the internet, maybe you've listened to some of the recommendations that you've seen out there. Well, we're going to talk specifically of what to look for in that best travel shoe for you personally. Is fear holding you back from traveling because you don't have anyone to go with? Are you concerned about being a woman traveling alone and not sure how to prepare for a solo trip? Do family and friends think you are crazy for even considering solo travel? Well, in this podcast, you will become equipped to travel safely by yourself. You'll learn things like tactical travel tips and how to prepare for a trip and how to overcome the fear so you can discover the transformation that travel can bring. My mission is to see more women over 50 discover how travel can empower them. If you want to enjoy your next travel adventures solo, then start your journey here. Hello, sister travelers. I'm Cheryl, solo travel advocate and travel coach. I have experienced life-changing adventures through travel, and I want the same for you. So stay tuned here every week, and you will learn to find freedom through your travels, build your confidence while safely navigating new places. Now, as we know, as travelers, we're going to be on our feet for a long time. We're going to be walking a lot. Unless you are going to the beach, then that's going to be a whole different criteria for the type of shoe that you might want. But I'm going to stick with, for this conversation, just with shoes that you might use to walk in a city. All right. So obviously, if you're going to the beach, you're going to just want some sandals, right? And so that's just a whole different thing. But we are talking about walking through cities, doing some tours possibly, and just getting around where you're going to be walking more than, I can guarantee, more than 10,000 steps a day. So we want to have something that is super comfortable, supportive, that's going to not make you, your feet or legs ache. And so you can continue to do your travels and enjoy your day. So some of the criteria that you definitely want to look for in a shoe. Now, I will preface this to say everybody has a different need for their feet. But in general, here's some things that you probably will need to make sure your shoe has is a rubber sole. When you are traveling, you want to make sure you have a rubber sole because you're going to be experiencing a lot of different types of, surfaces, whether it's the cobblestone streets, maybe some gravel, or just your regular cement or concrete sidewalk. So you want to have a rubber sole. You're going to have maybe some slick areas if it's raining. So you want to have something that's going to be able to be more grippy. You definitely want to have something that has an arch support or at least some sort of supportive insole for your foot. Okay, those shoes that are super flat, I hate to tell you, by the end of the day, you are going to be crying. They're going to be hurting. So the third criteria, this one depends on your feet personally. Some people have a need to have a little more of an ankle support type shoe. I'm not talking about a high top, but just less open and more of a closed toe shoe, which is recommended as well, although some people do like sandal type shoes. I like closed toe shoes because of, you just never know, right? You might, I just like to have my toes protected, I guess, particularly when I'm traveling. So here are some recommendations. The one that is, if you are wanting to have a shoe that has those criteria, a rubber sole, some arch support, or some supportive insole, and maybe is a closed toe shoe in a sense. And you want to be fashionable though, right? Some of us want to maintain some sort of fashion, right? Well, ANOTHERSOLE is the name of the brand that you may want to check out. Now, this has a flexible sole. It's rubber and it's ribbed. Very good. And it's actually really easy to pack. It's compact too. It flattens out. They got some cute flats along with some sneakers. And the insole is washable. These were highly recommended. Some other things that most people, for me, I have to wear sneakers. all right, or tennis shoes, whatever you like to call them. I particularly have to have New Balance brand because I have a wide foot, and New Balance does make their shoes in a wide. Many of their running shoes particularly have the option to get it in a wide width, which is wonderful for me and is so comfortable. So a lot of people, and actually tennis shoes have become very fashionable right now. You got some very cute New Balance, if you're looking at New Balance, that have different colors and, just very trendy tennis shoes. Now, be careful that you don't, I don't recommend Vans or even Converse because those don't have as much arch support. Vans are actually very flat and they can start to have your feet ache because they don't offer that arch support. They're fashionable, yes, but we're looking for comfort over style at this point so that you can get through your travels, right? So you're not having to miss anything because you have to stop or maybe forego something that you wanted to do because you're so achy and tired in your feet. HOKAs are also very popular as far as offering lots of great cushions. So if you have foot issues to begin with, these are highly recommended. People love their ONS is a brand name, ON. Also lovely. They have lots of different colors, different fashions. Those are fabulous shoes. I have tried many different styles of the ONS, and none of them seem to fit my feet right. But many people swear by them, both just for running or just for casual wear. So they're very cute, very supportive as well. There's another tennis shoe called ALLBIRDS. The nice thing about that is it also is flexible, very flat, and they have a wool one, very sustainable company as well. So if you want to look them up, they are a great option as well. Okay, so everybody has a little different need. I would stay away from those companies that, as you start to do your search, you're going to see ads pop up. And I would really avoid those items that are possibly coming from China. They typically are lower quality items. They take longer to ship to you. So if you're seeing a long ship time, then you might have accidentally ordered something from China or a Chinese company. So, and they always tend to have really bad customer service. So I would not be enticed by some of those cute shoes that are out there from some of those companies. Now, if you're into sandals and you like to have your feet breathe, two sandals that are very popular, not only in the hiking and running sort of communities, but they're just great supportive sandals, is OOFOS or TEVAS. Some people also like Keens. Those are kind of more of an open sandal / tennis shoe kind of thing because they have a nice thicker rubber sole in some of their brands. So if that's you, then you might want to look into those brands. Those offer some really nice, the OOFOS especially offer some great support for your feet. Now, you need to do a couple things before you need to try shoes. You need to try something and make sure it fits your foot comfortably. You also, before you take any shoe on a trip with you, you want to try it out. You want to wear it at home, not just once. You want to wear it several times and make sure that that shoe is really what you need. It doesn't rub in any kind of way. It's going to support you as you need to. It's comfortable. Comfort is so important. And that you could walk all day in those shoes because granted, you are likely going to walk all day in those shoes. So consider that. Make sure you're testing them out before you get on the road or pack them in your suitcase. I made a mistake in buying a pair of sandals that I only wore about once or twice before I took on a trip and ended up hating them. They just didn't work. They ended up rubbing one of my toes the wrong way. And then before I went to Europe, I wanted to take a cute pair of low boots. And I did. I bought some boots. I bought several to try out. And I made sure I wore them several times before I went on that trip, which was great because then I was assured that that boot was not going to bother my feet while I walked and traveled all day. So get out there, find the shoe that works best for your feet. Now, your best friend or your neighbor or someone might recommend something online, and that's fine. Test it out. See if it works for your feet. Make sure it has those criteria of a rubber sole and either arch support or at least a supportive insole of some sort. If you like closed toe, make sure you look at that. And maybe if you need ankle support, something a little more up towards the ankle, like a tennis shoe, might be beneficial for you. So check out some of those recommendations I've had. I'll leave the names of those shoe brands in the show notes, and go ahead and try some out. And then feel free to, I put a post in my Facebook group asking my community, what shoe do they wear? Because I am very curious to know what do you guys like to wear when you travel? And maybe that would spark some ideas or conversation in my group, okay? So you can find that, the name of my Facebook community group in the show notes as well. You can join. It is a private group, but I did post that question, so I hope you will join that conversation. Hey, sister travelers, did this podcast inspire and encourage you or move you to get out there and travel? Wonderful. There are 3 ways you can thank me. First one is leave a written review for the show on Apple Podcast. 2, share the show with your sister travelers, your friends, your family. And 3, subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. And thank you again for listening to the show. Sisters, be fearless, take the leap, and get out there and have an adventure.